Alright, and welcome to the first game of Mayael. And for some reason, this video is bugged like the previous ones with Slowbad. I'm in the top right instead of the usual bottom left, and my hand is kind of a pop-out window instead of the usual thing. So I hope you guys don't mind that, but let me just get to the first hand. Maybe I can't skip like that. There. Oh. Okay. So this is my first hand. As I said already, there's a weird pop-out window thingy, and it's not like it's recorded by me or something. I don't know. So we have as our opponents a group hug general, Feldegriff, but you'll notice in this game he's actually not very group huggy at all. I don't think he did anything in the game that would actually be mutually beneficial to everybody. He was just very much an answer type of deck. So maybe he is not a group hug deck and he's just using the journal to give people assistance when it is beneficial to team up with somebody, but that's not his primary goal at all. Then we got Borborigmos actually. And yeah, he's just usually a land heavy, ramp heavy deck. Sometimes they do stuff like Storm Cauldron where they can bounce all their lands back into their hand, so Borborigmos can just lightning bolt everybody to death. Or you can just be a straightforward heavy ramp guy, and the general is there to be like a big beat stick and not much else. But generally he's a fun type of general. I like going against him. Then we got finally the Zavdamir Mastermind, which I'm seeing quite often. He's a very good reanimate general, he's a very good mill general, he's a very good combo general. He's a very flexible general. The hexproof is a very big bonus, making him very difficult to deal with, making him able to become like a 9/9 or an 8/8 evasion and then quickly kill somebody. He's very flexible too. So when I'm looking at the journals here, I always think, as a Mayael player, I want to go against, want to kill the blue-black player first, just because they have a lot of reanimation effects and theft effects that Mayael is very susceptible to. So usually he's going to be my top target. So this hand is not very good. We only have one land, and if we get a second land, then we can play Selesnia's Signet, which essentially gives us 3 mana, and then if we hit Drum Hunter, then we'll be okay, but there's too many Fs in this possibility, and if I'm already just mulling to 7, there's not much to lose by just shipping this away to hope for something better. So, one person keeps, I mull to 7, and this is a fantastic hand in comparison. 2 lands, and also 2 ramp spells that I can for sure play immediately. Not much else is going on here, but Hunting Grounds is going to be good in the late game at the very least. And we have some answers to artifacts, and we have some resiliency to removal and all that stuff. So I definitely keep this. Some other people mull to 7. The Borborigmos player mulls to 6, but otherwise people seem to be happy with their hands. So nobody's going to be out of the game right off the bat, hopefully. So not much goes on at the beginning. As I said before, I'm going to be in the top right. I'm not in the bottom left. There's just something weird about the video recording. So I start things off with a Signet, because I don't really know what land I want to be grabbing with Sakura Tribe Elder, so Signet is just a safer play until I have more information about where I'm going. Other people are not really ramping, just getting more lands. More lands. Riddle Keeper. Whenever a creature attacks you or planeswalker you control, that creature's controller puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. So he's just kind of defensive miller. Which is good for him because that means there's more targets for Lazav to copy. Something I'm hesitant about, personally, because I don't want him to copy my fatties. At the same time, when I have Hunting Grounds in my hand, that's a bigger boon for me than it is for a Lazav for potential good targets to copy. So I'm okay with attacking him just for the purpose of getting Threshold faster. So I play Hunting Grounds out. You could make a point to keep it in your hand longer just to avoid removal spells, but I'm very much particular about trying to maximize my mana efficiency each turn. So I just play it now because I might as well. And I don't know when I can play it again in the future. But that might be a bad strategy in general, just because now people will have removal spells. If they have removal spells, they'll keep it for the hunting rounds. So probably in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have played it. But otherwise, not much is happening. Nobody really wants to attack Lazov until 1-4. Yeah, not much. Okay, Lazov comes out. He's ready to start copying people. And I get at Mayael because I can't really play any other creatures yet, and getting greater good at without any creatures out is not very useful. So I just play her. The Borborygmos player is just playing some ramp, a little pseudo ramp I guess, just more land fetches. Always more land fetches. And they're swinging in for damage just for the sake of value. Nobody's trying to be overly political here. Norn's Annex comes out, and that's like a pillow fort strategy, which I don't really care for because I don't know. I feel like it's much weaker than propaganda effects because the option of paying life to attack somebody is an option I will happily take anytime when it's worth it. It's not like much of a downside. Whereas if I have the option between attacking somebody or casting a relevant spell, I'm almost always going to have to cast a relevant spell, and that saves somebody some precious life. But Norn's Annex is just kind of like, meh. I'm going to lose 2 life when I swing for 5 damage. I'll take it. So now I have enough mana to actually cheat a creature into play with Mayael, assuming I hit. We'll see what I get with that. Abundance comes out, and it gets countered, which is a little bit curious. I don't think Abundance is that scary of a card, but I guess he wanted to get some value out and not keep mana open for a counter. I don't know, I would have countered Mayael over Abundance, but whatever. The mighty Felagriff comes out, and I'm assuming he's just going to be your typical pillow fort group hug deck that tries to win with some janky thing that never really works, but we'll see how it goes with him. Lazov comes to steal Mayael, which, I mean, I kind of expected from the blue-black player, but Soul Ransom's not the scariest of things. It's a very good, it's a 4-card swing, basically, because the opponent draws 2, and the target loses 2, so it's very powerful. I think it's fine in EDH, but I'm willing to throw away the cards for it, especially if it's getting me closer to hunting rounds. But first I'm just going to activate Mayael and see what I get. So I get some good stuff. Vengeful Archon, Monstrosity, Hellkite. I think right now, looking back, I'd probably get the Monstrosity just because I'm going to be discarding some fatties, but this has been a while since I looked at this video, so I don't know what I take. Okay, so I take the Monstrosity. Sweet. Put the other ones away. And what I should do here is I should immediately sacrifice Mayael so she's ready to be activated next turn as well. As if I wait until my turn, then she's going to have Summoning Sickness. And I don't do that, so now she's going to have Summoning Sickness, which kind of sucks. But whatever, I have an 8/8 Trampler, and I swing it at Lazov because I don't really care about milling a little bit. Especially when I have Monstrosity out. I wouldn't mind more targets. So I guess I play Greater Good. That's some sweet value right there. So now I can sacrifice a monstrosity, throw some good fatties in the graveyard, draw 8 cards, and then bring 2 of them back randomly. But also Lazav gets his choice of sweet fatties at this point. He doesn't get their enter the battlefield effects, but he still gets the giant trampling dude. Yeah, at this point I just sacrifice for Mayael back, and hold back until now. Cage Sun comes out, so some serious ramp is going on. I'm getting attacked, so in response, I want to get some blockers and kill his little dudes. So I'm sacrificing Monstrosity, so I can bring back 2 more creatures. And I get the Horde Smelter and the Palaka Womb, which is pretty good, but I didn't get Sakura Tribe Elder. And obviously Lazav gets the Monstrosity because A, it's a bigger card, 8/8 Trampler is bigger than 7/7, and then when Lazav dies, he can get 2 cards randomly, 2 creature cards randomly back from his graveyard. So it's sweet value. For me, I don't really want to throw in any of these creatures away, because I don't have any other way to get them back. But I'm just 1 card away from Threshold now. It's pretty sweet. So I block. Borborygmos is unhappy for attacking me, I guess. The Hippo comes in for some vengeance. All is good. Oh, I guess I sacrifice more dudes. I'm very greedy right now. Oh yeah, I'm trying to trigger Hunting Grounds. I should have done this before, but whatever. Now I have it. So you can see I'm doing a lot of errors, but it seems to work out fine anyway. So now whenever anybody casts a spell, Hunting Grounds is going to let me start throwing in fatties onto the battlefield. And the first one that I really want to get out is either Spearbreaker Behemoth or the Plow Beast, because that gives me resiliency to board wipes. And now I'm getting attacked by an 8/8 Lazav, so that's some serious commander damage. But I don't really have an option, so I'll just take it. He doesn't cast a spell, which is meh. Now I have to play out my hand because I don't really want to discard much. And now I have Mayael and Seedborn Muse out, which is a pretty lethal combo. I hope I keep playing some more cards. At the very least, I should play like Crystal Ball. That's what I hope I did. Grizzly Spectacle comes out on the Horde Smelter Dragon, which I can have a sweet response to. I can throw in one of my resiliency dudes and make him indestructible or regenerate him. And I'm going to make him indestructible, so there's going to be no killing of the Horde Smelter Dragon. I still have to mill 5, but not a big deal to me. So now my team is indestructible. And I'm milling a bunch, but whatever. Oh, and he gets Boros Battle Shaper, which is an awesome, awesome guy. Makes combat for everybody a really annoying thing. So I don't play the tracker or... yeah, well, the tracker. And that was a mistake on my part, because that means it's one more card that I have to discard. Oh, but it doesn't really matter, because Cyclonic Rift comes out. Which ruins... yeah, that is really brutal against me. Because that means I have to discard a crap ton of cards. And I don't get to abuse Hunting Grounds this round, or the Mayael plus Seedborn Muse combo. So I discard a lot. Yeah, that was really brutal. So the Hippo becomes my #1 target at this point, just because of that play. I mean, Lazav is still #1, but the Hippo is closing in on #2. So Hermit Druid comes out. I think he's being played fairly here, because he's playing in a deck full of basics. He's not doing some infinite combo of Hermit Druid with non-basics, milling out the deck, and then, I don't know, cheating in some crazy creature into play with the Animator combo. So he's just doing regular rant and whatever. Hippo brings out Vigor. So like I said, not group huggy at all. He's here for the smackdown. And he's going for me. Ludwig's test subject is a 13-13 fatty after a while. He's okay. Not too worried about that one. Well, Zot comes back. Now it's my turn. So I lost a lot of creatures, a lot of cards. I think the biggest problem was I lost asceticism, which gives me a lot of security when I'm on the board. Wouldn't have saved me from that particular instance, but whatever. And I drop Hunting Grounds and Mayael. I probably shouldn't have played Mayael, but then again, there was nothing else I could do with the mana, so. As soon as he starts playing creatures, I can start doing things again. And I bring out Sweetborn Muse, why not? And does he play more creatures? No. Oh, Colony Drum. I mean, they can do more stuff. Oh, I do Sylvan Primordial. I probably should have held on to it for some better targets, but I'm hurting everybody equally right now, and I'm getting more lands out of it, which will immediately untap. So it's pretty good. It hurts Lazav the most, I think, because I took a Kuru out. So I just have just enough force. One more left. Now I'm feeling pretty good. I'll just use the play button. There we go. Okay, Detention Sphere comes out. I don't know what for, but I'm guessing the Hunting Ground. And this is the reason why I shouldn't have played Sylvan Primordial yet. There's just not really good targets for him. I was just taking out lands, but something like the Detention Sphere I wish I could have taken out at this point. So yeah, he takes out Hunting Grounds, so that means no more cheating stuff into play. But I still have Mayael, and I still have Seedborn Muse, and I have Spearbreaker Behemoth, so I'm good against board wipes, or at least some of them. Sewer Nemesis, I have no idea what this is. You choose a player, power and toughness equals to the number of cards in the graveyard, so he chose me, and it's a 27-27. That's kind of dirty, but he's still just a big beater. As long as he doesn't get Intimidate or something, some fear effect, then he's okay. Molten Primordial, so I steal stuff. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to do something. Oh, I swing it I swing it all at the Hippo player because I'm tired of his shenanigans. That I want my Hunting Ground back. And I think I can get my Hunting Ground back if he dies. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it costs me a lot of life, but honestly, if I want somebody dead, I'm going to pay it. I don't really care. But Norn's Annex is taxing me a little bit. Swing everything at him, or most things at him. and then I feel good. I'm basically leaving the Borborygmos guy alone because he has been doing absolutely nothing in this game. And now every single turn I get to play something with Mayael, because Seedborn Muse is untapping all my lands, and her. So I get Soul the Harvest just to refill my hand. Rite of Replication hits the Seedborn Muse. It's not kicked or anything, so it's not that big of a deal. Even if it would be kicked, it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, in response, I copy it. And now I can't be attacked because of Blazing Archon. So sweet. Switcheroo hits with Spearbreaker Behemoth, and that's a problem because that means I'm a little bit more vulnerable to board wipes. But, I'll live. In response, I look for another fatty. I get Mycoid Shepherd, put away everything else. For me, I put Vagrant Plowbeast down because that's my secondary board wipe resiliency card. I'm going to keep drawing cards of Soul to Harvest. Got a bunch of ramp. I tried to attack, but the Hippo, every single time he has a chance to hurt me, he does it, he condemns it, and I'm a little bit more vulnerable. I do some ramp. Still can play creatures with Mayael, so I'm still in a very good spot. Oh, Lazav copies my Rurik Thar, which is good in my part because all I'm doing is playing creatures, and I would assume that whoever tries to deal with me has to cast a sorcery like Terminus. So whoever does that is going to take 6 damage to the face, which makes me happy. I don't mind that whatsoever. So I look for another creature, and Borborygmos is going to stop me in my tracks, or at least temporarily, and lightning bolts me. And poor Mayael, she's only a 2/3, so she dies to 1 lightning bolt. But I still get a creature, and that creature is Hellkite Tyrant, so now I can steal all the crap. I'm probably going to swing it at the Hippo player, just because I can steal his Annex, his Ingot, and that's it. But that's pretty good. Keep drawing cards. And he goes for my Seedborn Muse as well, which is fine. I mean, I don't need them at this point when I have such a large army. Planar Guide comes out. And what he does is he basically blinks creatures. He exiles all of them and they come back at the next end step. Which for me is really good because I have like 2 Primordials out. Soul Harvest will trigger a bajillion times. So yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I'm going to benefit the most. Oh, and it comes under their owner's play, so I'd be getting my Spearbreaker Behemoth back. So I'd be so happy if he gets popped, and that just gives me more reason to just swing at him for everything. Beast Subordinate comes out, but he's just a 16/16. And Borborygmos is going for the Vigor. Sweet. I had no way of dealing with the Vigor, so good stuff. Lazav plays Grave Betrayal, so now whenever something dies, it comes back onto his side with a +1/+1 counter. Not a big deal again. I got Quicksilver Amulet, which is just extra gravy. I swing with just a Hellkite Tyrant at at the hippo, and he knows that I'm going to be stealing his artifacts if that happens. He also put it down in Beast of Burden, so that's like an extra bonus for trying to steal from him. And in response, he pops the planar guide. Woo! Which I think is a massive mistake for the rest of the table. But for me, I just play the Quicksilver Amulet, and then I play Gruul Rage Beast. So what happens now is, with Gruul Rage Beast out, when all my other creatures come back into play, they're going to fight my opponent's creatures, killing all of them, aka one-sided board wipe. It'll be awesome. And there's a lot of stuff here, so I'm just going to clear it up a bit. There we go. Lots of things are exiled. So, all of a sudden, all the creatures come back by planar guide. There's a bajillion triggers, and I get a bajillion cards. I get all my primordials to trigger again, and my rage beasts start fighting everybody else's creatures. So good times all around. And I just basically kill everybody's stuff. All the stuff. And I can even get my hunting ground back too, with the Sylvan Primordial trigger. So yeah, everything dies. I regenerate the creatures that I need to regenerate. I don't think I have any more forests, but that's okay. Yeah, that planar guide really helped me out. Okay, so the field is incredibly one-sided in my favor. And I just start dropping the bombs. Now Blazing Archon's back, so I can't be attacked. Triumph of Ferocity comes out on the Borborygmos player, but it's not going to trigger anytime soon. Or will it, actually? Actually, 7/6, he's bigger than my stuff, so yeah, it will. Essence Warden comes out, and that's just nothing to me, so... yeah, just keep playing more fatties as everybody else tries to rebuild their board. Moldrifter comes out, and that's going to be denied by Balefire Dragon. We're like, at this point, it's whatever. We'll just have more and more fatties to fill the board with. And things are looking bleak for my opponents. And I just swing with everything. I mean, the game's over. And since I have a bajillion dragons, Udvara Hellkite makes a bajillion more dragons. I probably should have just put down Warstorm Surge as well, but yeah, it's just game. And there's no in-depth strategy at this point. I'm just swinging for a bajillion. And Warstorm Surge comes out post-combat, which is silly, but yeah. So yeah, that was the game. Hunting Grounds, really, really good, especially when combined with a card draw like Soul of the Harvest. And don't play Planar Guard against a deck that has a bunch of Enter the Battlefield effects and creatures that have been stolen from them. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll show you the next one.